What is up, my little pretties? It's your mistress, the Lioness here, and today we are going to review the sequel of The Swan Princess. And this is the second movie, and it came out at least a few years after the first movie did. And I have to say, the first movie was really awesome, while this one is really good. And this one we're going to review today is called The Swan Princess 2 Escape from Castle Mountain. However, though, this is later changed to. This was later on. This movie, like the title of it, "Escape from Castle Mountain," was eventually changed to "The Secret Grid Grid of the Castle" or something like that. I don't know why they changed it. Well, I guess maybe they kind of changed it, later on, but I don't understand why. But anyway, we are going to basically review this movie. Now, this is a sequel to the first Swan Princess, and if you haven't seen me review, the first Swan Princess movie, I highly recommend you go check out that review, as it was a good movie. I liked the first one. This one is just as good as the other one, which I could definitely say this is actually one of the good sequels as well. And with that said, I am going. Now, before we get started, I would like to warn you all that I'm going to be pretty much spoiling everything about the movie. So if you haven't seen the sequel of, if you have not seen the sequel of the Swan Princess movie, I highly recommend you do not watch this. Do not watch this movie. Well, do not watch the review if you have not seen it. But anyways, let us begin. Now, basically, this is a year after the events of the first film. It's taking place around Prince Derek and Princess Odette's anniversary. However, it is interrupted when vandalism of Knuckles, the minion of the evil sorcerer Clavius, has caused a riot. Now, however, though, it is revealed later on in the movie that Clavius was the former partner in the crime of the villain Rolfbart, that they conquered the Forbidden Arts together until Rolfbart drove Clavius underground after betraying their partnership. So, however, Clavius now wants to claim the magical orb of the Forbidden Arts that is located somewhere in the Swan Lake Castle, which has become Prince Derek and Princess Odette's new home. However, Clavius has Knuckles to perform vandalism in the kingdom that keep Prince Derek very busy, and to make him neglect both him and his wife and his mother. So, I did not even know that Clavius was one of Rolfbart's partners, because he was not even mentioned or seen in the first movie. But now we get to see who his partner really is in this one. On Queen Huberta's 50th birthday, she gets kidnapped by Clavius, who wants to use her as a leverage. When Derek sets out to rescue his mom, Clavius sneaks into Swan Lake Castle, where he locks Odette in the tower. And then he goes after the orb himself. However, Bridget was one of Rolfbart's minions, but she has joined the good side of good, recognizes Clavius, and knows that the Forbidden Arts. She takes Speed, Puffin, and Gene Bob into the catacombs under the castle, where they find the orb first. After they claimed it, they free Odette, but of course, Odette knows that Derek is heading into a trap. But of course, Puffin cannot fly because of his tail was injured, so she convinces Bridget to use the orb to turn into a swan, which they successfully do that. Odette was able to escape and went off to warn Derek, while Clavius stumbles upon the remaining group and he chases them. Of course, Clavius eventually gets the orb and locks Bridget and the animals in the watery dungeon, although they later manage to escape. So basically, Odette was the smart one, and she was able to get away freely without getting caught, but not her friends. But they do eventually get out at one point. That I can definitely say. Meanwhile, Odette and Derek reaches Derek in time to save him from drowning in a pit of quicksand. Of course, they were racing back to the castle. Derek and Odette sees that Clavius, in his hot air balloon from what Speed, Puffin, and Gene Bob are secretly clinging to in the rope, hopes of being able to regain the orb. Derek and Odette follow the balloon to Clavius' volcano lair. However, Knuckles tries to stop them, and after a fight, Knuckles falls into a lava pool beneath the volcano, and that's basically how Knuckles falls to his death. Now, however, he did ties Odette's swan form up, and then he tries to drop her to death, but Derek saves her in time. So the two heroes get saved by their friends. However, Clavius celebrates by regaining the forbidden arts again. But however, Derek arrives and the animals free his mother from prison. During the fight, of course, Gene Bob jumps on Clavius' head to stop him from delivering a killing blow to Derek. But however, he is killed when he is thrown off. And of course, Derek gets his hands on the orb, and the group rushes to escape in Clavius' balloon. However, Clavius tries to stop them, and during the struggle, the orb is dropped and it shatters, causing an eruption. However, Clavius dies and results in the explosion, while everyone escapes. So later on in the movie, everyone's at Swan Lake, waiting for the moon to rise on Odette, who is waiting on the surface with Gene Bob in her wing. However, in the moonlight touches, Odette is transformed back to her human form, and Gene Bob comes back to life. So the gang celebrates their victory and Derek's birthday. And of course, when royal guests arrives at the castle, Derek asks Rogers to take care of it as he wishes to spend the day with Odette. So that's basically what the movie is. Now, okay, that was the Swan Princess escape from Castle Mountain. What did I think of this movie? I actually found this one to be just a very good sequel. Like, I know there were other good sequels, like Shrek 2, for example, The Lion King 2, Simba's Pride, and even Ice Age 2 The Meltdown, which I'm hoping to review that one very soon. Well, maybe if I get around to it, I'll try to review that one. And also with Toy Story 2, this one is just a very good sequel. Now, some people may not have liked it, and they liked the first movie. Well, I honestly really think that this movie was actually really good. Now, there's nothing really bad about the movie. Like, there's no negatives about it. I honestly really enjoyed the movie. Like, this movie is just obviously a really great movie. Of course, this is actually one of the reasons why this movie is pretty interesting. Like, the fact that this is a sequel, I just really like the idea. Of course, later on in the movie, we eventually see that this movie actually has really good animation. Even though this came out at least 2 years after the first... No, wait a second. Okay, the first movie came out in 1994, and this came out in 1997. Let's see, So yeah, it came out 3 years after the first movie. This movie came out 3 years after. And this one did just as good as the other movie was. I really actually enjoyed this movie. Now, if you guys are wondering, can you review the third movie of the Swan Princess? I have not seen it, so I really don't know too much, because I've not seen the third Swan Princess movie. I've only seen the first one and this one. But that's about it. I have not seen anybody anywhere else. So I have not seen any of the other movies. But I will consider maybe checking it out. I'm not saying that it's going to happen anytime soon. But, I might check it out whenever I get the time to do it. But anyways, this is obviously a really good movie. I actually thought this movie was just amazing. The concept itself is just amazing. The storyline of how the movie went out was just awesome. I even liked the storyline. The animation was good, I can definitely say that. The music was great. The voice acting was just amazing. I just honestly loved this. This is obviously a really cool movie that I could definitely say. Now, however, though, this is just my opinion on the movie. So, do I have anything negative to say about this movie, you guys are asking? Well, no. Nothing I could think of. I don't have anything negative about this movie. This movie was actually really cool. I actually liked it. It was really good. I honestly thought this was a good movie. And it still is to this day. But however, though, I'm going to say right now that this is simply my own personal opinion. And if you disagree with me, that's okay too. We're all entitled to our own opinions regards to this movie. This is simply my own personal thoughts. My final rating of this movie is gonna have to be a 10 out of 10. It's a great movie, great concept, great storyline. I personally loved everything about this movie. It's just really good. I could definitely say that, if you guys like this movie, I highly recommend you check this movie out, as this movie is just amazing. And I highly recommend you check this movie out. It's just as good as the other ones, which I can definitely say it's really good. Okay. Now, with that said, I am going to say that right now, that this movie was honestly really good. However, this is obviously my own personal opinion. Anyways, what did you all think about this movie? Did you enjoy it? Did you not? Also, what would you have done personally to help make this movie a lot better? Leave me know what your thoughts are down in the comment section down below. I'm the channel Lioness. Thank you so much for watching today's episode. And like always, if you're brand new here to this channel, be sure you like, comment, and subscribe, because I make brand new videos every single day. Don't forget to ring the notification bell so you'll get notified to when I upload. And with that said, I will be seeing you all in the next video. Peace out.